At an equestrian festival in North Africa, it's not only the horses and riders that draw the attention, it's a tradition of ancient Libyan craftsmanship, and it would probably be gone for good if not for an artisanal commitment to preserve it. Making these vibrant saddles and accessories by hand is something fewer and fewer people do. Even though supporters say it's part of Libya's heritage and that it can't be done the same way anywhere else, machines are doing most of the work in other places, and one master saddler says all the materials are now imported, though the leather, silk, silver, and other goods used to be sourced from around Libya. For the saddlers, this is a way to uphold their tradition. Handmade pieces are still assembled by the capable few. It's their way to conserve their country's identity and to fight against the modern methods that would bury their workmanship in history. This is The World from A to Z. I'm Carl Azuz, and you know what? Wednesdays are mint. We're thankful to have you watching. There's a new study out involving kids and digital devices, but it's not simply another warning about social media. What was recently published in the journal Pediatrics looked at smartphone use in general. Researchers examined data from more than 10,500 Americans between the ages of 9 and 16, and the study concluded that for kids who get smartphones at or before age 12, there's a higher risk of obesity, poor sleep, and depression than there is for kids who don't have smartphones. The research did not conclude that smartphone use caused these issues, but that there's an association between them. And experts say there are some benefits smartphones have for kids, like staying connected to parents and friends and being able to get information quickly. But researchers found that the younger kids are when they get their first smartphone, especially before age 12, the more likely they may be to have trouble sleeping, to feel depressed, to be overweight. And this had nothing to do with what kids were using the phones for, only that they had them at all. So what's the takeaway? In addition to health experts' ongoing advice about taking time to unplug and spending more time with others in person, the study suggests parents be mindful about how young their kids are when they get smartphones, and to keep close tabs on how they're using them and when they're using them when they do get them. This report came out a week before Australia is set to ban social media use for anyone under age 16. That also brings challenges and controversy.
Facebook turned 21 this year, and since its founding, anyone 13 and up could create an account. But this year, Australia decided 13 is too young and is setting a new age limit, and not just for Facebook. Last year, the Australian government approved banning a handful of social media apps for users under 16 years old. So, Australian teens will be social media less with the implementation of the nationwide ban. One study found around 80% of 8 to 12-year-olds actively use social media in the land down under. Backing the ban stands parents who want to guard their kids from the dangers social media lets into their home, such as cyberbullying or explicit content. But critics want to know how the ban will be enforced, and asking for a government ID, that's out because it's a privacy violation. There may be a workaround though. Not age verification, but age inference. Australian tech company KJR is running trials for a software that picks up on a person's age just from their appearance and movements. It's not foolproof, but it does have a surprising success rate, guessing accurately within an 18-month age range in 85% of cases. If KJR's technology tests effective, the company will pass their data to Australia's government for a final decision. But a ban could get a bit messy for social media sites. If a teen breaks through the firewall, the company is liable for not doing enough to keep the teen out. Of course, with any major moves to regulate content, there are unintended consequences. Some experts warn that banning young users might just redirect them to sites with even less regulation. And whether it's age verification or age inference, all Australians will have to be authenticated, new restrictions, and privacy concerns.
So there are a couple topics here we'd like to get your opinion about. Is there a good age for a kid to get a smartphone? And is there a good age for a kid to get on social media? Teachers, please tell us what your students are thinking. You can comment at youtube.com/@theworldatozz or on our Facebook page for The World from A to Z.
If you don't need to be out, don't. This message from the Ohio Department of Transportation on Facebook as crews work to clear snow-covered roads on Tuesday. The third winter storm in a week dumped several inches of snow across parts of the Midwest and slowed travel to a crawl. In Missouri on Monday, road conditions turned hazardous with reports of hundreds of crashes and stranded drivers. A 21-year-old driver died when their car overturned Monday evening northwest of Jefferson City in a storm-related incident, according to State Highway Patrol. Tuesday morning, crews de-iced planes in Rochester, New York. The storm is set to strengthen rapidly into a bomb cyclone and slam the Northeast later this week.
We've got this term, a bomb cyclone. It's just a rapidly intensifying low-pressure system that often happens off the East Coast, and it can be destructive at times.
Actual air temperatures are forecast to plunge into double digits below zero, as far south as Iowa and Nebraska come Thursday morning. Yet some staying safe at home see the snow as an opportunity. One man sculpts it into art in Wisconsin. I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
World of Knowledge. What became the 21st U.S. state on December 3rd, 1818? Illinois, Maine, Mississippi, Texas. This was a date when the state that achieved a state of statehood was the Prairie State of Illinois. And now for more history.
On this date in world history. At the Paris Motor Show on December 3rd, 1910, a French inventor named Georges Claude demonstrated something that would become a sign of the times: neon lights. The glowing gas-filled tubes could be shaped in a variety of ways, show a spectrum of colors, and they became incredibly popular throughout the 20th century. The world's first human-to-human heart transplant was conducted in South Africa on this date in 1967. A 53-year-old man with heart disease received the organ from a 25-year-old woman who'd been fatally injured. Though the recipient only lived for 18 days afterward and then died from double pneumonia, the transplant was considered a success and laid the groundwork for better outcomes. And the world's first text message was sent on December 3rd in 1992. A British engineer sent an SMS to a colleague with a cellular phone. The text read simply, "Merry Christmas." 'Tis just weeks before Christmas, and you're not left in the lurch, cause World A to Z's got some sweet holiday merch. Don't give cars or diamonds or do something drastic. Instead, gift a hat or a shirt that's fantastic. WorldA2Z.org's got some perfect adornments. Just think of your tree with my head as an ornament. It'll be a crowd pleaser, whatever you choose though, from everyone's favorite nonpartisan news show, WorldA2Z.org. At our request to shout out link at worlda2z.org, we heard from Mr. Santangelo's class in Ascutney, Vermont. Weathersfield School is the home of the Panthers. Callaway County Middle School is next. In Miss Derby's class, the Lakers are watching from Murray, Kentucky. And we'll wrap things up with the Vikings. A warm welcome to Mrs. Hippie's and Mr. Merrifield's classes watching from Lake Stevens High School in Lake Stevens, Washington. Traditional Christmas time festivities in the Northern Hemisphere may not include water sports, but in the South American nation of Peru, with summertime approaching, a coastal town is kicking off the holiday season by making waves. Santas, who dress up as local fishermen when it's not the holiday season, give people free rides in traditional reed boats. It can be bumpy. This part of Peru is a popular spot among surfers, but the festive event brings a tide of holiday cheer. Of course, there are plenty of songs to commemorate such an occasion. There's White-Capped Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Surfer Boy, Wave Ride, Blue Christmas, Wipeout Wonderland, Here Comes Surfer Claus, We Wash You a Merry Christmas, The Most Wonderful Tide of the Year, and of course everybody's favorite, Grandma Got Run Over by a Wave Runner. And that's just the top hang 10 of them. I'm Carl Azuz for The World from A to Z. Thank you for watching. You mean the world to me.